To acquire wealth in a manner that endures, one must first embrace the power of invisibility. True ambition is not paraded for the world to see, nor is it announced with clamor and proclamation. Those who loudly declare their desires often become targets of envy, suspicion, and sabotage. The world thrives on appearances, and the ambitious who reveal their goals too early provide their rivals with maps to intercept them. To rise above, to accumulate without interference, one must learn the art of silent aspiration, the subtle cultivation of power in the shadows, where no eyes pry and no voices judge. Invisible ambition is not mere secrecy, it is a philosophy of action disguised as inaction. The individual who cultivates wealth silently moves with discretion in every decision, every investment, every interaction. The outward appearance is calm, even indifferent, while beneath this placid surface, strategy unfolds with precision. Every choice, every conversation, every alliance is calculated for maximum advantage. In public, one may appear ordinary, even complacent, blending with the crowd as a leaf drifts on a stream. This camouflage ensures that the observer cannot perceive the depth of one's design, nor the extent of one's intentions. To achieve invisible ambition, one must master the discipline of restraint. Desire must be nourished in private, allowing the mind to plan, the heart to aspire, and the hands to prepare without attracting attention. The ambitious person understands the dangers of ostentation, of displaying wealth, knowledge, or influence prematurely. These displays invite scrutiny, and scrutiny inevitably breeds opposition. History is filled with those who, by flaunting their wealth or declaring their plans, attracted rivals who were willing to destroy what was barely formed. Invisible ambition, by contrast, shelters itself from the world until it reaches a point where exposure is no longer a liability, but a demonstration of success already secured. Invisible ambition also demands the mastery of patience. The world is impatient, and most are drawn to immediate rewards, believing that action is only validated by speed. The truly strategic mind, however, understands that fortune favors those who wait, those who cultivate strength quietly until the moment is ripe. Like the gardener tending unseen, watering roots beneath the soil, one's efforts are invisible yet effective. Timing is not merely convenience, but a weapon. Revealing ambition too soon is a mistake, for the unprepared world is quick to resist, to undermine, to challenge. Patience is a shield, and invisibility is its companion. Moreover, invisible ambition requires emotional discipline. To conceal one's desire does not merely involve hiding actions. It involves the control of reactions, expressions, and impulses. The ambitious person does not allow frustration, envy, or excitement to betray the silent pursuit of wealth. Conversations are navigated with careful neutrality, giving nothing away while listening and observing everything. The keen observer notes that those who are most transparent in their desires often reveal not only their goals but their weaknesses, providing rivals with leverage. In contrast, invisible ambition cloaks not only actions but intentions, creating a fortress of perception that shields the mind's most potent plans. A critical aspect of invisible ambition is the subtle cultivation of influence. While wealth is the ultimate objective, the means of acquisition often involve others, whether through partnerships, opportunities, or strategic alliances. Yet, one must never let the participants see the full scope of ambition. Influence should be exercised quietly, like a current beneath the river, guiding outcomes without appearing to direct them. People act on their own accord, believing themselves in control, while the true architect of fortune advances unseen. This subtlety ensures that ambition is never opposed directly, for when others are unaware of the stakes, resistance is minimized and the path to wealth is unchallenged. Finally, invisible ambition fosters resilience. The ambitious who conceal their goals develop the ability to endure setbacks, to adjust strategies without external pressure, and to navigate the unpredictable currents of life with calm and precision. When ambition is public, failure is visible, and criticism becomes relentless. Invisibility, however, provides the freedom to fail and recover without damaging one's position or reputation. Each setback is internalized, analyzed, and transformed into a stepping stone, hidden from the world's gaze, but integral to the accumulation of lasting wealth. Invisible ambition is, therefore, not merely a tactic, but a complete approach to life and strategy. It requires the cultivation of patience, discretion, discipline, and subtlety. It transforms ordinary action into deliberate design, and ordinary individuals into architects of power. Those who master invisible ambition move like shadows among men, unnoticed, underestimated, and ultimately unstoppable, building wealth not for display, but for enduring mastery and security. In the pursuit of wealth, knowledge and skill alone are insufficient. One must possess the subtle mastery of timing, for even the most brilliant strategies falter when executed at the wrong moment. Fortune is a mercurial companion, rewarding those who act with precision and punishing those who act impulsively or too late. To master timing is to understand not only the rhythm of opportunity, but also the currents of human behavior, market forces, and the shifting balance of power. Every action must be weighed against its temporal context, for even the most cunning maneuver, if misaligned with circumstance, will yield mediocrity or failure. Timing is, above all, a weapon of patience. The ambitious individual does not rush into endeavors with eagerness that betrays desire, nor does he yield to the pressures of immediate gratification. The world is filled with those who, in their impatience, squander potential, exposing themselves to resistance and unforeseen complications. The prudent strategist waits, observing, analyzing, and calculating, allowing the landscape to reveal its hidden opportunities. Like a hunter who does not fire until the prey is perfectly positioned, one must recognize that premature action is not courage but folly. Each delay is not idleness but preparation, each pause a moment to strengthen position, to gather resources, to ensure that when the decisive moment arrives, the impact is absolute and uncontested. To master timing is also to understand the psychology of others. Human beings act predictably in cycles of hope, fear, ambition, and hesitation. The shrewd observer notes these cycles and aligns action with the moments when others are least prepared, when resistance is weak, or when complacency has lulled competitors into inattention. A subtle word, a concealed maneuver, a strategic investment executed when the majority is distracted, can yield gains disproportionate to effort. The one who masters timing exploits not only the external environment, but also the internal rhythms of men, leveraging their weaknesses to advance silently and decisively. Timing further requires the cultivation of anticipation. The ambitious must foresee the consequences of actions before they occur, mapping potential outcomes with a mind both disciplined and imaginative. Each decision is a calculation, and each calculation considers not only immediate returns, but also the long chain of reactions that will follow. Impulsive action reveals weakness. Deliberate action conveys mastery. The one who anticipates creates a position of control, transforming uncertainty into a canvas upon which success can be painted with precision. The world is often chaotic, but those who master timing navigate chaos as a skilled sailor navigates stormy seas, using each wave to propel forward rather than allowing it to overturn their vessel. equally essential is the ability to recognize opportunity when it appears. Many fail not from lack of skill, but from hesitation, from an inability to discern the precise moment to act. Opportunity often comes disguised as risk or burden, cloaked in the ordinary and overlooked by those untrained to perceive its subtle signals. The disciplined strategist does not merely wait. He watches, listens, and evaluates constantly. Every change in circumstance, every shift in alliances, every fluctuation in markets or sentiment is a signal, a piece of the intricate puzzle that reveals the exact moment when action will be most potent. Acting too soon dissipates advantage, while acting too late allows rivals to claim what could have been secured. Timing demands vigilance as well as patience, a mind ever alert to the faintest tremor of opportunity. The mastery of timing also involves the understanding of concealment and reveal. Certain actions, when taken too early, draw attention that diminishes their effectiveness. When delayed until conditions are ideal, they achieve maximal influence. This requires a delicate balance, a choreography in which movement is hidden until exposure is advantageous. Strategic discretion ensures that each maneuver strikes with force precisely when the world is least prepared, securing advantage without provoking premature countermeasures. The art of timing, therefore, is inseparable from the art of subtlety, for the one who misjudges the public's gaze risks both opportunity and security. Finally, the mastery of timing is a discipline of self-control. It demands that ambition be tempered by reason, that desire be subordinated to calculation, and that one's impulses be restrained until they align perfectly with circumstance. The impatient falter, the hasty fail, and the overzealous draw unnecessary attention. Only through rigorous control over action and reaction can one ensure that effort is invested when it will yield the greatest return. Timing transforms potential into power, preparing the ambitious to strike with precision when the moment is ripe and to remain invisible when patience is required. In the pursuit of wealth and influence, knowledge is a weapon, but the protection of that knowledge is a fortress. To accumulate power silently, one must learn that the value of every plan, every strategy, and every opportunity lies not only in its execution, but in the secrecy surrounding it. Secrets are currency. They are the invisible threads by which advantage is woven. To reveal even the smallest detail too soon is to invite interference, to expose vulnerability, and to diminish the potency of one's efforts. Guarding secrets is not merely prudent, it is essential, for the ambitious who fails in this discipline endangers not only the fruits of labor, but the very foundation of future power. The first step in guarding secrets is the cultivation of discretion in speech. Words are weapons in the hands of the unwary. Every conversation, every casual remark, every hint of intention can become a tool for rivals, spies, or opportunists. Even those considered loyal or trustworthy cannot be relied upon entirely, for human nature is fickle and circumstances change. The strategic individual speaks little of ambition, never of plans, and carefully controls what is revealed and to whom. Silence is not weakness, it is armor. By speaking only when necessary and concealing intentions at all other times, one ensures that competitors cannot anticipate actions or exploit vulnerabilities. Guarding secrets also demands vigilance in action. Public displays of wealth, sudden shifts in behavior, or visible signs of success can betray intentions even when words are restrained. The careful observer will notice patterns and infer objectives from seemingly innocuous movements. Therefore, The one who seeks silent wealth acts with measured restraint, ensuring that outward behavior masks the inner currents of ambition. Wealth should be accumulated discreetly, investments made subtly, and alliances formed without drawing attention. Each movement is calculated to avoid detection, creating an environment in which the ambitious individual can operate freely, while others remain unaware of the trajectory being pursued. A critical aspect of secret keeping is the management of knowledge itself. Information, when properly controlled, grants enormous leverage. The strategic individual collects intelligence quietly, evaluates it carefully, and decides when and how to act based on insight rather than impulse. Revealing knowledge prematurely can alert rivals or disrupt advantageous circumstances. The disciplined mind stores information like treasure, sharing it only when necessary to manipulate outcomes or to secure alliances. The careful release of knowledge allows influence to be wielded subtly, ensuring that others act in ways favorable to one's objectives without realizing the forces guiding them. Guarding secrets also requires the understanding of human psychology. People are naturally inquisitive and often overestimate the knowledge and intentions of others. The ambitious individual exploits this tendency, allowing others to underestimate capabilities or misinterpret motives. By creating a deliberate veil of ambiguity, one controls perception, masking true intent and causing rivals to miscalculate. Deception is not dishonesty, but strategy. It is the art of guiding others toward conclusions that benefit the silent accumulator of wealth. The careful manipulation of perception ensures that ambition remains invisible until its full power can be realized. Furthermore, guarding secrets demands constant awareness of networks and relationships. Even trusted allies may inadvertently reveal information through carelessness, excitement, or fear. The prudent individual monitors the flow of information, ensuring that each interaction is structured to minimize risk. Alliances are leveraged for advantage, not confession. Collaboration is guided by subtle influence, not by exposure. Trust is extended only as far as it serves strategy, and even then, it is accompanied by safeguards, redundancies, and contingencies. The strategic mind recognizes that secrecy is fragile and requires active protection in every context. The discipline of secrecy extends to the digital and material realms as well. Records, accounts, and communications must be carefully managed to avoid leaving traces that can be discovered or exploited. Physical and financial security is a reflection of the ability to guard secrets. Careless documentation or exposure can undermine even the most meticulous plans. Every aspect of activity, from correspondence to contracts, is scrutinized to ensure that no advantage is given to those who would seek to undermine progress. Ultimately, guarding secrets is not a temporary measure, but a lifestyle. It shapes every thought, every action, and every decision. The ambitious individual learns to operate in silence, to cultivate knowledge as power, and to wield influence without revealing intent. Secrets are the foundation of enduring success, for they allow the accumulation of wealth, the manipulation of circumstances, and the exercise of control without attracting opposition. Those who fail to protect their knowledge invite scrutiny, risk exposure, and squander the very advantage that might have led to lasting power in the pursuit of wealth. The world rewards not the loud or the reckless, but the calculated, the patient, and the unseen. True power is cultivated in silence, honed in patience, protected in secrecy, and advanced with precision. The one who masters invisible ambition moves among men unnoticed, striking when opportunity aligns with preparation. The one who understands timing acts with the certainty of inevitability, seizing advantage while others hesitate. Secrets are guarded as treasures, influence is wielded without exposure, and every action is a deliberate step toward unseen prosperity. Those who accumulate silently learn the value of restraint, the strength in patience, and the unmatched power of strategy. They understand that wealth is not merely currency, but freedom, the freedom to shape circumstances, to act without constraint, and to rise above the envy and resistance that often accompany visible ambition. Every alliance, every decision, every investment is calculated to maximize gain while minimizing detection, ensuring that the fruits of effort endure and multiply beyond the notice of the world. Silent wealth is not accidental. It is the product of discipline, foresight, and mastery over both circumstance and human nature. It is an art form, a subtle orchestration of effort, timing, and perception, perfected only by those who are willing to think beyond immediate gratification, beyond the approval of others, and beyond the illusions of transparency. Those who follow these rules understand that the world is a stage, but the true actors are the ones behind the curtain, directing events with careful hands while remaining unseen. The path to enduring, silent prosperity is not easy. It demands vigilance, cunning, patience, and self-control. Yet those who persist, who refine their understanding of human nature, and who act with precision and discretion, rise to a level of wealth and influence that is untouchable, unstoppable, and unrecognized by those who fail to see the invisible currents guiding their ascent. The rewards of such mastery are profound, not only in material wealth, but in the quiet power of shaping one's own destiny, free from interference, free from judgment, and free from the limitations that bind the uncalculated and the exposed. Wealth acquired in silence is more than a possession. It is a shield, a tool, and a testament to the power of strategic thought. It is proof that true advantage lies not in showmanship, but in subtlety, not in haste, but in patience, not in disclosure, but in secrecy. To master these principles is to step into a realm of power few understand, where fortune favors the disciplined, and where silent ambition becomes the architect of a life unconstrained, formidable, and enduring.